Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Definite, and I want to tell you about this cool app I just found out about. It's called Anchor. It's a real cool app, man. I think you guys will really feel it. It's easy, it's fun, it's exciting, uh, it's free. That's the best part, and you can make money off it, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and it will help you distribute to different platforms where everybody can hear your podcast. So if you ever dreamed about making a podcast, download the app today, Anchor.
Hey.
Hi, what's going on?
What's up, catour? What's going on with you?
The world. The world is going on.
No doubt, man. There's a lot of shit going on. And first of all, this is I thank everybody for welcome, listening, tuning in. This is Straight Talk with your man, Definite. We here with the homegirl, catour.
Indeed.
And I figure, I know you a passionate young lady, man. You got a lot of things going on in your mind right now, so I'm gonna give you the floor and you express what you feel, baby.
Things are overwhelming in these times. I don't know. I don't think there's any one point that needs to be discussed. I think all points need to be discussed. I believe that we don't really discuss things until it really comes close to our front door, and that's shameful, for all of us. We're blocking the reality out, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely, because most people don't like to deal with reality.
But how can we complain about it?
I mean, there's always a way. I mean, people are going to find a way to complain about every fucking thing.
But typically we know, being in the inner city, that the way that people complain about the digressions is that we go towards addictions. So how do we really verbally complain about or explain what we're going through?
Well, like I said, nobody wants to deal with reality. Nobody wants accountability. You know what I mean? So people are always looking for, a way to shift the responsibility to somebody else.
Oh, I'm so glad you say that. So this is my thing. So in order to complain, we must have a solution,
Right.
And a part of that solution always comes with acknowledging the accountability that we have for the decisions that we made to put us into a situation where we have to make a choice. So, right. If we actually just sit and look towards our inner self, we actually could solve so many more problems than what we actually reflect upon people.
Yeah, I mean, everything is about, having a dialogue and, communication with, everybody. That definitely would solve all the problems, probably all of mankind.
No, I don't think that anything would actually solve all of the problems. But we'll be
dramatic.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm being a little dramatical, but it definitely will solve most problems. Put it like that.
I think that if we look towards ourselves and our inner selves, then there will be less problems that we would actually feel the need to complain about. Because you would learn from the losses by knowing that they were lessons. You would learn knowing that everyone's decision doesn't mean that it's your lifestyle. It's just when you're able to look within and hold yourself accountable for the things that you want to appreciate, that you don't want to appreciate, then it becomes like you are that presence. You become a presence in everyone's lives, even if you didn't mean to be.
Yeah. Now, also, a lot of people don't like to have accountability when it comes to failed relationships.
That's a big one. I think that's the majority of the things that people don't want to admit to.
Now, yeah.
It's crazy, you know. I mean, you think a relationship is based on two people, you know, and those two people have different idiosyncrasies, like different traits and values, and then they come together and they're supposed to be building as one. But sometimes there is an connection, because there's like someone grows faster, someone grows a little bit slower. You know, it has to be an understanding. But to be accountable for the reasons why we stayed in such a non-growing relationship or in a toxic relationship, we have to not just view the person and the action that made us stop the relationship. We have to, you know, look at the things that we actually contributed to getting to that final point, you know, and that's necessary in order to get into a greater relationship with someone else, possibly.
Exactly. And you know, I had a like a disagreement on one of my posters about that, because I was saying that you have to be accountable for, you know, your part, because we all have a part in the relationship, and why it didn't last, why it didn't, you know, wasn't successful.
It's not a one-way street,
right?
In good or in bad,
right?
You know, we all ate to it, whether we kept a blind eye to what we saw that was bad and we just let it go, or if we did it, you know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. We are accountable. That is something that we took on. So, you know, accountability.
Yeah, you gotta own your part. You gotta own your part.
Own your shit.
And you know, like I said, some people deleted me because of that.
And that's okay. Because guess what? Every loss is not a bad thing. Sometimes it's just the greatest lesson you'll ever learn. So,
without a doubt.
Let them detach themselves from you. It's okay.
Oh yeah. I know.
You know how many people are in this world, and we worried about one person criticizing what we do? Nah.
No. Not me.
Not me. It's not happening.
Nah. I mean, I'll if you're making sense, if you're saying some things that's, you know, logical and you know, hitting at home, I'll take it into consideration.
And as you should, as we all should.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't have any type of relevance on what you're doing and where you're striving to be or where you came from, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know, man, it's
like you can't fit your life in somebody else's shoes.
Right. Yeah.
And think that you can walk comfortably. It's not going to happen.
Nah, I wouldn't even try. You know?
I don't want to try.
Exactly. You know? I mean, accountability is all forms of life, in my opinion.
It is.
You know what I mean? You have to be accountable. You know what I mean? To yourself, to others. You know what I mean? You just have to own your part in everything that you do. And, you know, not just the good shit. I mean, the bad shit.
It's more important to understand and be accountable for the bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's necessary, because otherwise you're going to keep repeating history. You know, if it's something that you're not holding yourself accountable for, you're always going to end up pointing that finger at someone else being the reason why it didn't work. And that can't happen. You know, we have to just sit there and really say, okay, what was it that I could have done to make this different? What could I have done, you know, to make my pain less? Or how could I have changed things to make someone else's pain lessen? You know what I mean? Like, you really have to sit and have a reflection. I encourage everyone at the end of the night before you go to sleep, if you're feeling like you can't sleep, you take that time and you reflect on the things that you can change within the day that you lived. You know what I mean? And as long as you can sit there and be like, oh, I could have did this different. I could have did this different. You can wake up with a rejuvenated soul to be a better person for the next day. And it doesn't mean that you're going to do it right. It just means that you understand where the miscommunication came within yourself. Self-knowledge is everything.
Self-knowledge is everything.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. And, you know, knowing who you are completely, and that means embracing your faults as well.
It is.
You know?
It is. A dear friend asked me today, you know, what